Have you ever noticed yourself building a massive, impenetrable defense just to keep out a tiny, harmless threat? To understand why we do this, imagine there is a tiny, brave knight living inside your brain. His entire existence is dedicated to your protection. This knight isn't a mistake or a flaw. He is highly observant and deeply analytical, and he's doing his absolute best to keep you safe in a world that often jumps to conclusions. Imagine a normal day. Someone asks you a simple question, or they propose a minor decision, like where to go for coffee. Instantly, your knight sounds the alarm. He panics. He prepares for an absolute siege over a cup of coffee. He starts rapidly stacking those heavy stone bricks all the way up to the sky. These bricks are your words. This is exactly what happens when you catch yourself giving a 5-minute, overly detailed backstory for a tiny, inconsequential choice. You drain your own mental energy to build this huge wall, while the person listening is left entirely confused. Why does your brain choose to exhaust itself this way? That exhausting defense is a survival tactic. It's a way your brain learned to navigate the world long ago. If your feelings were repeatedly ignored, your brain adopted. Speech bubbles dissolve into the background. This is what it feels like to be unheard. It makes you hyper-alert to judgment. Now you carry a jagged red aura, feeling you must fight just to be acknowledged. At the same time, your analytical mind is likely working much faster and in far more layers than a standard conversation actually allows. Your ideas start as a single beam of light, but your mind rapidly splits them into dozens of chaotic branches. You see every single angle and every potential way your words could be misinterpreted all at once. Your knight believes that if he can provide a perfectly watertight, exhaustive explanation, he can remove any room for the other person to be angry. You are actually trying to manage the other person's emotions for them. You over-explain because you are desperately trying to make sure they don't feel hurt or rejected, effectively becoming a caretaker for their reaction at the expense of your own energy. Take a modern scenario. A friend texts to ask if you want to go to a party, but you're just too tired to go. The only response you actually owe them is a short, polite decline, just a simple no thank you. But your internal knight takes over. He grabs the controls and starts furiously typing out a massive defensive paragraph instead. You list every possible justification, the lack of sleep, the work stress, even what your pets are doing, all to prove that your decision is valid. Your highly analytical brain is listening to the words as they leave your fingers. If it senses even a tiny gap where you might be seeing as inaccurate, it forces you to keep typing until the excuse feels perfect. That massive wall of text has nothing to do with the party. It is a physical manifestation of the fear that you'll lose a friend over a simple boundary. This thick, solid line represents a healthy boundary. But watch what happens as you start piling word bricks on top of it to justify yourself. The line starts to crack and weaken. By over-explaining, you're unintentionally teaching people that your boundaries are up for debate. When those bricks crumble away, you're left with the strength of clarity. Acting like a lawyer presenting evidence suggests your limits aren't valid enough to stand on their own, but they are. If your mind works this way, you are not broken. You are a deep thinker with a profound level of empathy. It is time to let this overworked, highly defensive part of your brain finally take a well-deserved rest. You are in a safe place now. You no longer need to fight a war or write a manual just to have your feelings acknowledged. The next time you feel the urge to build that wall of words, take a deep breath. Recognize the knight's panic and actively choose to put down the bricks. Your brain's instinct is to protect you with a shield of words, but the most powerful answer you can ever give